friends, it's Alexa, and today I'm bringing you my December book haul. I'm quite proud of the fact that I didn't buy as many books as I normally do. Anyway, you guys are here to see the books, not me rambling about them. Without further ado, we're gonna get started. First, I thought I'd talk about the books that I acquired myself. The first thing I wanted to share with you guys is the third volume of the Gotham Academy comic series, and this is called Yearbook. This is by Brendan Fletcher, Adam Archer, and Sandra Hope, and I really have been enjoying the Gotham Academy series. I've been enjoying all of these characters. I actually did not know it was coming out until my friend C of the novel Hermit talked about it, so thanks C. I pre-ordered this book right after I read it earlier this year. The Secret of a Heart Note by Stacey Lee. It is this beautiful YA romantic comedy about an aromateur named Mimosa, and she and her mother are the last two people they know in the world that can do this. They basically are experts at scent, and they can mix a scent together to get people to notice you, to fall in love with you, that sort of thing. They only do it for the right sort of people and all. There is a mishap in this book where the potion is given to the wrong person, and so Mimosa has to find a way to fix it with the help of that person's son. You can probably see where that's going. I thought this was really cute. I love the scent thing. I thought that was a great addition to the story. It was just the perfect light, fluffy read, and I definitely would recommend this one to anyone. And then I actually went to an event with Rachel, and that event was for Fredrik Backman, and I acquired. And every morning the way home gets longer and longer. This is actually a novella, and I did feel like I paid a bit more for it than I would have wanted to, but I really loved it. It was so short, but it really made me feel for the characters, and I love that. Fredrik Backman has this incredible ability to write characters. This is the story of a grandfather and his grandchild, and they're both struggling to come to terms with the grandfather's Alzheimer's. That's like the basic and most simple way I can talk about this book, but it's really beautiful, and it really punched me in the feels. Because the original copy I had got damaged, Mackie and I decided we would order a new copy of Alana, the First Adventure, which is the first book in the Song of the Lioness Quartet. This series is about a girl named Alana who is supposed to become one thing but decides that she wants to be a lady knight. She switches places with her brother Tom, and she ends up training to become a lady knight, and this is the very first book of her adventures. And the last thing I want to show you that I bought for myself is my last uppercase box of 2016. This new bag is really cute. I really like it. You have the bookmark. This is the tattoo that came this month, and obviously the book Ever the Hunted by Erin Summerall. And Jesus, this is a beautiful book. Do you see the foil and stuff? This is about a girl named Britta Flannery. She is forced to make a deal with the kingdom when she is caught and about to be hung for poaching in the woods. She is forced to track down her father's killer because she's inherited his bounty hunter skills. The person that she is hunting down is actually her father's former apprentice. Oh, this is so cute. We have this sheet of stickers, like bookish stickers. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, it's so cute. It's like a paper clip, and it's in the shape of a book with a heart. Ooh, this really pretty illustrated planner. This is lovely. I believe it's by Simone Blocker. I could be wrong because it kind of looks like her stuff. Beautiful, and it's got a couple of illustrations on the inside as well. Those are all the things that were in my uppercase box this month. So the next portion of this video is actually going to be me showing you 3 books that I already owned. They just happened to be in the Philippines. Since my brother-in-law came for Christmas, he brought them over for me, which was really nice of him. I'm very excited because they can now join the rest of their brethren on my shelf. Tales of Beedle the Bard, which I've had for a long time and I read way back when. We also have my original copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which is like battered and like taped on the edge and like falling apart. It's like so yellow, but I love it. It's really cool that I finally have this piece of my own history with Harry Potter to add to my shelf. My original hardcover copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I'm just happy to have all of these things to add to my shelves. As you guys know, I collect different editions of the first Harry Potter book, so it's really nice for me to be able to like have these books now. Next portion of the video is going to be all the publisher books that I got. 4 Weddings and a Sixpence, and this is a combination of stories from authors Julia Quinn, Elizabeth Boyle, Laura Lee Gurk, and Stephanie Sloan. The only author that I have read is Julia Quinn. I'm not familiar with these other authors, but I do love a good historical romance, so it's gonna be kind of fun to be able to test out these other authors' writings, see what I think of them, and hopefully maybe I'll find someone new that I want to read more books from. Losing the Light by Andrea Dunlop. It's about an exchange student named Brooke Thompson, and she sort of becomes friends with a girl named Sophie when she is abroad in the city of Nantes. While they're both getting adjusted to this new country they're living in, they sort of really get swept up in the excitement and romantic notion of it all. This just sounds really interesting, plus it is blurb by Taylor Jenkins Reid. A sexy, thrilling novel. You will feel transported as if you are speaking French and drinking a little too much wine with your best friend and a dangerously handsome man. That just sounds really fun to me, and I really hope that I like this one. Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken, and this is the second book in her Passenger duology. Can't really tell you what it's about because it's a continuation of what goes on in the first book. However, the first book is about two individuals, Etta and Nicholas, whose time streams cross, and they have to journey together, and they unravel this whole thing about time traveling abilities. It's just really fun and adventurous, and you get to go to so many places, and I'm really excited to read Wayfarer. I also got a finished copy of The Accursed Queen by Sarah Fine, and I actually talked about this one in my December wrap-up. It is a companion novel to The Imposter Queen. It centers around a girl named Ansa who lives with a different clan known as the Krigeri, and they're very bloodthirsty and warrior-like. Ansa is forced to face a lot of truths about herself, about the people she loves, and it's a really incredible journey and well worth the read. The next book I'm going to talk about is one that I'm actually really excited to read, and that book is The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. It's about a girl named Helen, and she's basically part of the sort of elite, I guess. In the midst of all the husband hunting and get-togethers and all of that, she discovers that there is this group of people who fight to keep other people safe from the demons that threaten to disrupt their lives, and I think that sounds fantastic and fun, and I really loved Alison Goodman's other duology, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Dream World by Kit Alloway, which is a combination of her books Dreamfire and Dream Fever. It's about a girl named Josh Weaver, and she has a sacred duty as a dreamwalker to basically battle nightmares. Josh is actually seen as a prodigy because she's able to really fight and battle these nightmares, I guess at a very young age. She gets this new apprentice, and it's a boy who kind of can sense the truth about her feelings on things. When the world that she is sworn to protect is threatened by these mysterious strangers, she knows that it is up to her to figure out how to do so. Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. All I really know about Girl in Pieces is that it is about a girl who is suffering, I think, a lot of depression and anxiety and a couple of things, and even resorts to cutting, and it's because she has gone through a lot of difficult things in her life, and it sounds raw, and I've heard that it's pretty unflinchingly honest, so even though I think it'll be really hard to read, I also think it'll be a really powerful read, and I really wanted to check it out. Moving on to ARCs now. Wind Witch by Susan Dennard. This is the sequel to Truth Witch. It continues the stories of Sophia von Hastel, Merrick Nihar, Isolde Dedmendenzi, and Adawan. I talked a little bit about this one in my December wrap-up as well. There were things I liked about it, and there were also things that I did not love so much about it. I still do want to read the rest of the books. The next one I got is an advanced copy of a book that is not necessarily something in my usual genre. To Catch a Killer by Cheryl Scarborough. It's about a girl named Erin Blake. She is famous for being a child that survived by the corpse of her dead mother, so it's like one of those horribly fascinating crime cases. As she grows up, she once again gets thrown into the spotlight when she discovers the dead body of her biology teacher. What her secret theory is that the person who actually committed the murder of her mother is the same person who murdered her teacher, because she has been investigating the case for herself. She feels like it means that she's coming close to figuring out who it was. Geekerella by Ashley Poston, and this is a nerdy modern-day retelling of Cinderella, and that's all you really need to know about it. Empress of a Thousand Skies by Rhoda Bellezza. It's about a girl named Rhi who is the crown princess and the sole surviving heir to a dynasty, and she wants to reclaim her throne. Also about a boy named Ali who is a war refugee who wants to prove that he's innocent when he's accused of murdering Rhi. They're thrown together in order to figure out what's really going on, and that sounds incredible. Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kemmerer, which is a YA You've Got Mail type story. It's about a girl named Juliet and a boy named Declan, and they have been writing letters to each other back and forth after Declan discovers a letter that Juliet has left by her mother's grave. Gauntlet, and it's by Holly Jennings. It's about a girl named Callie Ling, and she and her teammates are now going to start this new game that is a new international game sensation. It's a virtual reality game that pushes you to your psychological and physical limits. Sort of gives me Sword Art Online vibes, which I'm loving. Oh, fun story. So Arena is actually the first book before Gauntlet, so this is apparently a sequel. Oops, I kind of spoiled myself. Then we have the sequel to one of the books I showed you earlier, and that book is The Dark Days Pact by Alison Goodman. The Map That Leads to You by J.P. Moniger. It is a story that combines friendship, love, travel, and it just sounds really great. It's about a girl named Heather, and she kind of has an idea of how her life is gonna go after she graduates from college, but then she meets Jack and everything changes, and I know that sounds pretty typical of a romance, but it just sounds really good, and I'm a sucker for romances like this. I love when publishing houses get in the spirit of the holidays and they send Christmas goodies. One of the packages I got was from Macmillan, and they sent me 3 of the in-house favorites. Kiss Cam, which is by Kiara London. If I remember correctly, this is one with the vlog channel, and they're 3 friends, and then I think it's 2 girls and a boy. 2 of the friends are dared to kiss because like all their viewers ship them. After that, things like escalate. But The Nerdy and the Dirty, it's about a popular girl named Penelope and a nerd named Benedict. On the same day, they both come to a big important decision. Benedict is going to stop being socially awkward and find a girlfriend, and Penelope is going to be more authentic and honest about who she is and what she wants. Enter A Glossy Web by McKenna Rubush. It's about a girl named Georgina, but George for short, and she is sent to live with a couple of eccentric relatives. Her uncle disappears, and then she leaves on a mission to go and find him, and that just sounds like it's gonna be a delightful middle grade adventure. I also got this really awesome package from Simon & Schuster. The first thing I got was this mug, which says, "Drink good coffee, read good books," and it's super cute. And they also sent 3 books. At the Edge of the Universe by Sean David Hutchison. It's about Tommy and Ozzy, who have been best friends for a really long time, and they've actually been together since 8th grade as boyfriends, but then Tommy disappears. Ozzy doesn't know how to go on without him in his life. Things kind of take a turn when he meets this boy, and he's paired up with this boy named Calvin for a project. Alex, Approximately by Jen Bennett. It's about a girl named Bailey, and she is a classic movies fan. She has a crush on a geek that she only knows as Alex. Bailey gets the opportunity to move to her dad's town, which is actually also where Alex is from. So she doesn't tell him that. She starts building a life there, and she gets a job and all of that. And at her job, she actually meets this cute security guard named Porter, and she starts developing feelings for him, and then real life becomes more complicated. It turns out Porter has a secret, which is pretty obvious. I'm very much looking forward to reading it. And the last book in there was Confessions of a High School Disaster by Emma Chastain. It's basically Chloe Stowe's diary, and it tells all about her high school experiences, so this sounds like fun. The next 5 books that I have to show you are actually books that I won in a giveaway. I do own 4 of these books, but I own them in paperback, so it's really cool that I kind of have them in hardcover now. The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, the Second Summer of the Sisterhood, Girls in Pants, Forever in Blue, and Sisterhood Everlasting, which is the 5th book. And I have read and loved the first 4 books. I think they're such fun books that are about friendship and love and family and growing up, and I really love the idea of these 4 friends being connected not just by the pants but by their ability to be there for each other. I've never read Sisterhood Everlasting, but I really want to because it is basically a look 10 years later at the relationship between the 4 main characters, Carmen, Tibby, Bee, and Lena, and I am super excited. I won these books from Shannon over at Laning Lights, so thank you so much, Shannon. Now we're gonna move on to like the stuff I got as presents. The first 2 things I wanted to show you guys were from one of my favorite authors, and that is Jodi Meadows. This paperback version of The Orphan Queen, which is actually annotated, which I think is really cool. She also lent me her copy of the manuscript of Girls Made of Snow and Glass by Melissa Bashardus. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Snow White retelling, I've heard that it's really good, and Jodi really loved it, so I'm looking forward to reading it as well. And then, as part of my Christmas gift from my friend Kelly, who runs the blog Belle of the Literati, I got a finished copy of a book that I actually owned back in the Philippines, and I also own it on ebook, and I love it so damn much, and that book is Romancing Mr. Bridgerton by Julia Quinn, and this is part of her Bridgerton series. This has always been my favorite Bridgerton book because I love Colin so much, and I think the love story between him and Penelope is super cute. Definitely highly recommend checking this book out, checking the series out. The next 3 books I'm going to show you I got from my TBTB Santa. TBTB Santa is a secret Santa hosted by The Broken the Bookish, and I've been doing it for I think 4 or 5 years now, and it's always been so much fun. This year, the person who got me, it was Jessica over at Midsummer Read, and she included 3 books in her package. Touch of Power by Maria V. Snyder. I read this one a couple of years ago. It's about a girl named Avery, and she has this ability to heal people. However, the land she lives in are kind of prejudiced against healers because they're said to have brought on the plague. She gets captured by a band of rogues. This series is a really good fantasy series, and I really enjoyed it. I just didn't own it for my shelf, so I'm happy to finally have a copy. This beautiful edition of the Brothers Grimm 101 Fairy Tales, I think they call these the Word Cloud editions, I don't remember, but it's beautiful, and again, it just includes a ton of Grimm's fairy tales. Last thing in the package is a book that she personally really loved. It sounds like a book that I'm gonna enjoy, and it's a book called Uprising by Margaret Peterson Haddock. 3 young women caught in the fire that changed America. 2 of them are immigrants. One is a newly arrived immigrant, the other one is an immigrant that's lived there for a while and has been collaborating with other people to try to build a union. And then there's a wealthy girl named Jane who also finds herself involved in their plight. Thank you so much, Jessica, for that and for the other goodies, and I'm so excited to get to know you more in 2017. The next two books are from my friend Kristen over at Super Space Chick, so thanks Kristen. The Raven King, which is beautiful. This is the fourth book in the Raven cycle, and yes, I still have not finished the series. I read and really enjoyed the first three books. I think Blue Lily, Lily Blue might be my favorite so far, but I haven't read this one only because I wanted to reread the other books before I got to this one and I didn't have the time. I hope I will get to it in 2017 because I really want to know how it ends. She also sent me The Geek's Guide to Unrequited Love by Sarvinus Tash, and this just sounds cute. So Graham and Roxy are best friends. They're obsessed with the same author, and they're going to New York Comic Con because the author is going to be there. And Graham thinks that it will be the perfect opportunity to tell Roxy that he has feelings for her. Only there are a lot of things that don't go exactly as planned. And this just sounds really cute. I love that it's set at New York Comic Con. I just think it sounds adorable, so I'm super excited to read this one as well. My friend Hannah also added to my fairy tale collection by sending me a copy of The Fairy Tales of Hans Christian Andersen, and this is the Taschen edition. It's got beautiful end papers, and it's got lovely illustrations like this one. Rachel from Hello Telly got me this beautiful edition of Beauty and the Beast, which is illustrated by Kinuko Whitecraft. It is lovely. My friends Pat and Ian actually went to Europe for a little bit, I think beginning of December, and they brought me back a few goodies which I'm so excited about, and they're all for things to add to my collections, which I'm always looking forward to. Throne of Glass in German. That's pretty cool because I'm always looking for foreign editions of Throne of Glass. And then they bought me two Harry Potter books, the German edition of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which has this fantastic cover on it, and they also bought me this beautiful French edition of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Thank you, Pat and Ian, for this. My friend Lily, she had been studying abroad in London for a couple of months, and she actually brought me back this paperback version of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone with the neon cover and the bright pink spine, and I love it. My brother-in-law was actually working in Hong Kong for a couple of months. He brought for me the first three Throne of Glass books in Chinese, which I think is really cool. This is Throne of Glass, this is Crown of Midnight, and this is Heir of Fire. Showing you these last two things is going to be quite difficult because they're quite heavy. My brother-in-law also got us the Naruto manga. This is the set 2 with volumes 28 to 48. This is set 3 with volumes 49 to 72. These two box sets basically cover what happens in Naruto Shippuden. I'm happy to have these. One of my 2016 obsessions was Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, and I really love these characters and this world, and I'm so excited to have these. A couple more things I wanted to show you. Because of Kristen over at Super Space Chick, I actually picked up this Moleskine Martyrs map journal. So it says, "I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good" on the front cover, and Mischief Bandage on the back cover. Got the map, footprints on the back. I have like a couple of stickers in there. I got myself something at the end of last year that I wanted to share with you guys, and it's these book pouches from Bookbo, and I really love them. I use them to keep my paperbacks and my mass market paperbacks and some of my ARCs from being harmed when they're in my bag and when I'm carrying them around. I hope she does ones for hardcovers because those don't quite fit in here yet, but these are perfect for keeping my books safe. I love the design she has. I have a Disney Princess one and I have a Fantastic Beast one. They're really well made. It's an open pouch at the top, and it's got padding on the inside, which is really nice. I'd highly recommend them. I'll link to Benita's store down below, and hopefully you guys might want to try one or snag one for yourself. I got two Funko Pops. Kirito from Sword Art Online, and I got him from Kristen over at Super Space Chick, and he's adorable with his double swords and that coat, which I really, really want. And the second thing that I got was part of my TBTB Santa gift from Jessica. This version of 10 carrying the hand, which is adorable. So that's all I got to show you for my December haul. I am really, really thankful to all of my friends and family for all of the gifts they gave me, and if you wanted to chat about it, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And I would also love to hear what you got for Christmas, what was your favorite thing you got for Christmas, or favorite book you got for Christmas. And yeah, if you wanted to chat in any other place, you can find all my other social media links down below, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!